Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You're gathered with us tonight for the Cookout podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling.
Yes, as always, we are here Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern for the Cookout. We are here for night two of the Horsey Awards. We are going to be doing Match of the Year, Pay-Per-View of the Year, and Booker of the Year. Miss Anika should be here in about 5 minutes. I thought CM was coming, but I don't know. I just messaged her, so hopefully she'll pop in. If not, I guess we'll proceed on without her. Dolores is here as the voice in the off screen to lead us through the slides. So
Yes, ladies and
if you're
gentlemen, while we wait on Anika and maybe CM, we will go over the recap from night one, ladies and gentlemen, of
there
the
you go,
horse.
that'll work.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you see the wonderful horses. It was the bronze edition for night one. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the men's tag, we had our battle out between Matt and Nick, the House of Black, the Acclaim, Private Party, Judgment Day, Mark O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly. Sorry, the Motor City Machine Guns, the Bang Bang Gang, and the Outrunners. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely people at Workhorse Wrestling Network narrowed it down and eventually figured out they had to fight it out last week. But you have to go back and watch and see between Bronze of the House of Black and Private Party. They had a second, which was silver for the Judgment Day on the men's tag. And the winner of the men's tag was not one and only the elite themselves, the brothers of Matt and Nick Jackson. Okay,
The EVPs.
ladies and gentlemen, we went on to the women's tag with Bianca and Jade, and we had Sky Blue and her partner Piper, and mine is just going every which way today. Piper Chelsea, Billy and Athena. We had Dakota Kai and this I'm just gonna say Dakota Kai and her friends because she really didn't do nothing. We had Red Velvet and Queen Aminata, and we had ALW's pick, the three riches. Okay, we don't see them that often. I don't know why ALW thought they were gonna kill it, but each his own. Ladies and gentlemen, for the bronze, we had Piper Niven and Chelsea win. We had Sammy's pick win for silver. Sammy, how did you feel about your pick winning?
Well, all the picks were my picks, and they were in the order that I picked them.
See, Sammy had some on them. We're gonna see if Sammy has that same intuition tonight. And then as the winner of the women's tag, Bianca and Jade.
To be fair, I was way off when it came to the men.
Yes, we had Ricky, Stephanie Vakir, Julia, Jacob Fatu, Mariah May, Queen Aminata, Javon Evans, and Brian Baker. They had to fight it out, ladies and gentlemen. Which is
CM says she'll be here.
okay. If you go back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ricky, they had to fight it out for bronze to figure if Mariah May or Brian Breaker would win. They also had to fight it out for silver. Queen Aminata, Stephanie Vakir, and Julia were tied for second place, and they had to fight it out. To find out the results, then, ladies and gentlemen, you have to go back and watch night one from Tuesday last week. And then for the rookie top award, the Golden Horsey, we had to fight it out between Javon Evans and Jacob Fatu. So, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen,
yes.
Sammy, how did you feel
Oh,
about your picks? Doing good last week.
um, Rookie highly confused me because the format for it. For the men, like every team that I picked, like weren't on the list at all, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" Like No one picked BCC. No one picked Bullet Club Gold. What? What? But it is what it is. I was dead on for the women though. Dead on for the women.
Listen, next year I'm gonna have to fight you all for weeks on end because even when I gave y'all a poll to narrow it down, you still voted for what you came in with. Y'all looked at other people's choices and didn't think maybe I should choose that one. You chose the same ones over and over again. And I was like, how we keep getting into deadlock ties?
That's
Well,
funny.
y'all are gonna fight it out tonight. Y'all gonna see. You gonna see. Y'all thought y'all fought it out with
We need to figure out a way to expand it and get more people to vote on the Horsies, besides just the 4 or 5 of us or whoever. How many? I think it was just 4 of us
it's
this
not
year. But
it's not necessarily expanding it because there's a way to expand it. It's the fact that we can't get the picks in on time. So
Yeah,
we get the picks in on time, then I can do
I,
the guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't checked my Discord, so any votes I completely missed.
Listen, Sammy, you were like second ALW. I think CM and ALW tied on the same day of giving me picks. Then Sammy came along, and then Anika slid in as I was starting to do the vote. But any thing interesting this week? I have a whole bunch of interesting things I can tell you about.
go ahead,
Okay,
give us something to talk about.
first of all, the Nick Nemeth thing with AEW. AEW seems to be having a problem this week. Okay, because it started off with Nick Nemeth and his issues with AEW, and then it rolled around to Ray Phoenix expressing his issues with AEW and saying
I
that
miss Nick Nemeth's issues. What were his issues with AEW? First of all, isn't he in TNA? So why is he talking on AEW?
well, I don't know. I'm not for sure if it's a lawsuit or a complaint or whatever. But what it was is that he was saying that AEW as a company did not handle the situation between him and CM Punk correctly. That they blocked him off of all shows, not just that one show.
Hmm. Okay.
So even what the story was that him and CM Punk had a confrontation. Words were said. CM Punk was like, "You can't work on my show. I run this show." But he was not allowed to work on any other show, not just that show.
Hmm.
And they didn't call him, they didn't contact him. They were just, "You're not working." Okay. They didn't speak to him. And
Interesting.
so that's why he has a problem because he said, "You all did not handle business correctly." Just because I had a problem with another employee, not management, and I wasn't allowed to be on one show. What happened to the 5 other shows you had?
Didn't the same thing basically happen to Colt Cabana too?
Yeah. Coco Cabana is over there in AAA and everywhere else fighting for his life. And at this point, it's like, okay, I can understand that. But then when Ray Phoenix said, it was somebody pointed out, I think it was Russell Namits or something like that, pointing out that Ray Phoenix said when he needed medical attention and help, they did not provide it to him. And that's one of the reasons why he doesn't want to. Doesn't want to be there. And somebody flashed back to the press conference where you see them. Somebody asked, "Well, CM Punk said you didn't provide him medical attention." And he's like, "Well, we normally pay. I don't know. I have to look into that." He said, "No, CM Punk said he had to pay for his own doctors and surgery." Oh, well,
Mm-mm.
we normally pay, but I don't know. I was like, Tony, now that makes me look at you sideways. Because now it's another employee saying that they've had the essentially fix themselves.
Interesting.
Tony is having a rough week.
Is it not that way for WWE as well?
No, well, WWE has done it. I think 1 or 2 employees have complained about it. But when it is the AEW, WWE, you have to put in your thing. They'll generally pay for you, send you out. Like they use the injuries as content. So like when you have surgeries and stuff like that, that's why we get a lot of the video footage. Like when John Cena and Cody and them got their arm fixed, we got like in depth surgery footage and stuff like that. So they normally pay for it because they use it towards content. Whereas
Okay.
AEW is like you're injured. But my thing about it is you could at least directed him or sent him somewhere to be fixed. Gave him a doctor number or something. You could have did just that little bit would have helped him. Because you have to remember,
Yeah.
no matter how long Ray Phoenix has been here in America, that's not necessarily his first language. He don't really know people here. That's not his thing. You generally have to tell people from other countries and places where to go to get what they need. That was also an issue years ago, if you all remember, with a lot of the women from Japan coming over here. They were like, we were just plopped here. We didn't have one told where to stay, what to do, where to go. And so that's when Eddie Guerrero's ex-wife stepped in as the locker room leader to help the ladies out to find a place. I
Yeah,
think
Cesar Phoenix
I
did
think
not brag to Conan.
he wanted to get out. He wants to get out his contract. That was a piece of why he wants to get out his contract. But he wants to get out his contract, and it literally was 24 hours, which I thought was funny. He said, "I'm not gonna say anything until I'm able to." To like, yeah, I wasn't able to get medical attention, and I was like, "Sir, you didn't even give it 24 hours."
But,
Hi.
I'm never for forcing anybody to do anything, At the same time, like I kind of understand, listen, if you sign a contract, it really, I mean, I get it. Yes, in theory, if I've breached it already because of whatever, if you feel like you've been misused, we can have that conversation. At the same time, like you are technically under contract. I mean, like I said, I'm not for keeping anybody against their will, and I think everyone should have the right to do whatever they want to do. But if you sign a contract, I have every right to at least execute that contract. So you're more than
I
welcome to
think
do what
Phoenix
you
is
want when
trying
that
to be
contract's
good.
up, but I have every right to execute that contract. Maybe it's not the greatest business practice. Maybe I come off like a jerk, but I mean, depending on the circumstances, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if you didn't want to do that, then you shouldn't have signed a multi-year
No,
contract. I mean, I don't know what to
I
tell
think
you.
what Phoenix is putting together is you extended my contract due to injury, an injury that you didn't help me fix. So if you didn't care for me to fix it, you shouldn't care for me to leave. That's the point he's trying to circle back to because his contract is over with. He got extended because of injury, and also
Uh,
because he's talking about leaving towards WWE.
I am all for this, but like not like across the board for like all the companies. All the companies should be that way. Like
should be what way?
uh taking care of the health of their
Oh yeah.
wrestlers.
I mean, I can't believe they don't have health. They don't have some sort of health insurance. I mean, WWE, AEW doesn't
They
have some sort of
do.
health
They
insurance for the
do. The
wrestlers.
companies just choose what they have the right to choose what they want and will do, which is stupid. Because I hate when WWE has done it. Like, why
Mhm.
won't you just pay for somebody or find somebody the people they need to get, the help they need? I think CM Punk talked about that during his lawsuit that like he was in pain and hurt, and WWE was just kind of like whatever, and he had to go seek second opinion.
John Oliver, he did like a 15-minute rant on WWE's practices of free agent and not providing health care and all this other stuff. Like it was a long video. It's worth a watch if you got
I love John
time. Like
Oliver.
John Oliver goes deep into WWE's practices.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
so that's the thing about it. I think now they're trying to change it because when you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar so many times, you're not to stick your hand in there.
Right.
And at a certain point, they've learned that AEW, that's not what we expect from them. That's what we don't hold those to them that type of standard. Now that they've kind of getting in trouble here and there, it's like, okay, well, Tony, what are you gonna do? And Tony's got not. Tony is quiet. I need Tony to say something, sir, because I need you to be just as loud, just as loud. I fuss and cuss at WWE just as bad as I do AEW, GCW, anything else. Now I can understand GCW being like, "Hey, you're an independent contractor. You know what you do."
Yeah. CM says no, they have to get their own insurance, but they send them to certain folks who get them deals or for helping them. If they were correctly classified, they'd be getting the good insurance.
Tony's been covering everybody. Tony has been, he has said himself out of his mouth, he's been covering everybody. And in that press conference, when asked about CM Punk saying he paid for his own surgery, he said, "Well, we normally pay, so I don't know, but we normally pay these types of surgeries." But he, for the
Interesting.
fact that you're the owner of a company and you don't know if you pay somebody surgery,
I
listen.
mean, to be fair, he's got a lot on his plate. There's a lot of people on the roster, and then he's also got two other sports leagues he's dealing with.
Listen, I went to the ER in May, and I can tell you about that almost $30,000-$40,000 bill up I got, and I got a lot of stuff on my plate. Okay, that's something I don't forget because that's money coming out your pocket. That's something important when you have people who have surgeries. When I forgot who the other wrestler was had surgery, he's like, "Yeah, we send them to this doctor, and they're having this surgery." He can remember when he wants. It's when he doesn't want to. That's the problem. When your hand in the cookie jar and you digging around and you get caught, just fess up and just say you messed up. I hate when Triple H does it too. When you stuck, your hand is in the cookie jar. I'm looking at you digging out cookies in the middle of the night. Just say my bad and reach your hand out of the jar. But ladies and gentlemen, since Anika is here, hi Anika, how are you doing today?
Hey D, I'm tired.
I tired, boss, but you know I'm gonna get you out of here in enough time, Anika. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reviewed night one, we are now on to night two of the Horsey Awards Silver Edition. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with the match of the year, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to go through the document of match of the year. I'm going to tell you who voted for who. Your girl Dolores chose Osprey versus Michael Oku, Osprey versus Danielson, Danielson versus Swerve. We had Anika who chose Swerve versus Osprey, Bailey versus Io Sky, Swerve versus Brian Danielson. We had Sammy who chose Osprey Danielson, Osprey Takeshita, Io Sky versus
Utami Hayashishita.
Hayashida, yes, and Summergo. We had ALW choose Osprey versus Danielson, Osprey versus Pac, Osprey versus ZSJ, and we had CM choose Swerve versus Hangman and Danielson versus Mox, which you all see matches from on the screen. The bronze edition, ladies and gentlemen. We had Osprey versus ZSJ get bronze edition, and let me tell you, they start off with one vote, and then we asked you all to vote again. And when you all voted again, Osprey versus ZSJ got 2 votes, which was 50%.
I'll take it. That was one of my 3 matches. I think it was my 3rd match, so I'm happy with that. That was my bronze spot. So
Okay.
I mean,
Anybody else got anything they
if
want to
it's
say about
not your match of the year, if it's not your match of the year, it's got to be your technical match of the year.
It was a dope match. I have no complaints. We could see 3 Osprey matches for the bronze, the silver, and the gold.
CM says all my picks are better than everyone else's.
See, if you were in a class of your own looking at these pictures, I was like, dog, see, if you are on the other side of the street.
He got fired, she says. All right. So what's our silver match?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the silver match. And the silver match was Swerve versus Brian Danielson. Sorry. I just called him anything he wants.
It's the same name reverse.
Listen.
That's a great shot right there. I like that graphic. Danielson bleed with the label lock on Swerve. That's great.
So, anybody got anything about this choice? I can tell you. votes on it. The votes on second place were, we didn't need to do a second, third vote, but a second. There were 2 votes for Swerve versus Days, and that would put them in second place, silver.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't on my list, but I don't have any problem with it at all. I mean, it was in my mind, and it just, yeah, I have no problem with it at all. So,
my only problem is there's no Osprey in it.
Listen, you never know what first is. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to gold. Golden Eye, and the gold match was Brian Danielson versus Osprey. Was the match of the year gold winner?
right.
This was my
I'm
number
good with
one.
that. I think it was my number one as well. I mean, I'd have to look at the list again, but I know it was on my list. I'm pretty sure it was my number one as well.
Yes,
Anika?
and they won with 3 votes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, well, what can you say? It was a classic. I mean, it definitely was it's a classic. But I mean, between perhaps the greatest of all time and the best wrestler on the planet at the moment. I mean, so.
I wish they would have ran it back. I wanted one more time. I know he's not fully retired, but I wish they would have run it back over time.
Chances are, okay, y'all just not on the right side of history.
That really the right side. That's so deep. The right side of history,
right?
Ladies
That's
and
put a
gentlemen,
lot on it.
we're gonna go on to the next match. And before CM gives me the runaround, I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, all of these are fair use. Most of these pay-per-views now, they have come to their common sense and let it be fair use for us to use. I just don't use it because we want to be monetized, and if we want to make money off of it, we can't have their poster on the front of our thumbnail.
Okay.
But for this, we can use it because it's only just for this video. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have pay-per-view of the year. Okay, so I voted for WrestleMania and Wrestle Dream. Anika voted for SummerSlam, WrestleMania, AEW Dynasty. Sammy voted for AEW Dynasty and Wrestle Dream. ALW voted for Dynasty, Wrestle Dream, and WrestleMania 40. And all out, all in full gear with CM.
Did you
We can't
intentionally
even
leave
get it
out my
together
number
for everyone
one?
to vote for 3.
She said she was gonna go off AEW, so I just let her do it. And after I saw her picks, I was like, "Well, you don't want to pick it, so go ahead."
Dolores, did you intentionally leave off my number one?
Which one? You had Revolution Dynasty Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Oh yeah, you only mentioned 2.
Yeah, it's down at
That's
the
why I
corner.
was like, yeah, Sammy didn't even pick 3.
It's down at the corner right there with Sting, right there. So, ladies and
Sting's
gentlemen,
retirement.
we're going to go into the bronze right now. Bronze was AEW Dynasty. Okay.
Yes.
So I heard.
Lewis.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when you ask these people to vote for something, vote for something. I said, let's see who's gonna get that many votes, and guess what y'all did? Knocked them straight out of the park. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, they chose Bronze Wrestle Dynasty. Do you all have anything about your choices?
I think this was solid. I mean, this was on my list, so
yeah.
I think it might have been number 2 on my list. I think, or it might have been number 1. I don't know, but yeah,
was
I know
number
it was
2
on my
mine.
list. So
solid pay-per-view.
Solid pay-per-view.
It was a tough choice for me not putting this number 1 because of how good it is, and it's in St. Louis, which like my bias, exposed.
Really?
Not bad at all. Of course not.
If you're listening, you might want to take a break for this because none of yours got picked. Okay, I can tell you that now. Ladies and gentlemen, for silver, as you see, it was AEW Wrestle Dream, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
This was my number 3.
This was my number 1, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because of Nigel and Brian.
No, Nigel and Bryant was
Or was
Grand
that Dynasty?
Slam.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
it was. You're right.
you all have a choice
You're right.
between. You all
You're
have
right.
a choice to make this first or second place. With
That's right.
1 vote, we had Wrestle Dream, which was at 33%, and then the winner had 67% with 2 votes.
This one here, it was Mox Danielson and
right. Moxley
Swerve
defeating
Hangman.
Danielson. Right. Yeah. Yep. I'm Swerve Hangman. Yeah. That's my bad. I forgot they were at whatchamacallit Grand Slam.
Yeah.
They should have been on this one.
We're going to get to the golden hour. It was WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. WrestleMania was we re-voted and y'all chose WrestleMania. 2 votes. Probably me and Anika.
Boo nothing. Boo you. Sorry. No, player.
It was number 3 on my list, so I mean, it wasn't totally on my list, but I mean, it wasn't off my list, but number 1.
Pure cinema, all of it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, if we were doing a top 5, it would have made my top 5, but
we were debating this. We were debating this either a week or 2 ago or a week ago. When it comes to pay-per-views, no offense to AEW, but AEW just made my point. You don't know what match went with what match with what pay-per-view.
Hold on. You can't blame AEW for ALW's memory.
My memory is known to be very bad, so.
But yeah, they have great matches. I am not saying they have great, but as a pay-per-view, I didn't know what went with what. And so it's like, but WrestleMania, I remember both nights. I remember all the matches. Well, okay, most of the matches. I remember how enthralled I was in the story of who the freak was going to win and who the freak was going to lose and how they did it. So that's why this was my number 1. It's like, I'll watch this again.
Listen, I threw it out there. I was like, ain't none of these people gonna choose Cody, but you did, and I love you for it.
Hey, I didn't choose for Cody. Let's not do that.
He was the main event of WrestleMania 2 nights. Go ahead.
That ain't what I chose it for, though. I didn't choose it.
My favorite category is up next.
Oh Lord!
This is my favorite graphic I've made out of all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, last of the night, it is Booker of the Year.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, they were all confused at TK. They all were looking at him like, "What's wrong with you?" Okay.
That graphic is cool.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think may have made bronze? Give me your picks. Who do you think is first?
TK.
First of all, I'm blind as hell, and I can't even tell. Who is that in the bottom left?
That's
right.
Listen, don't hate on my man. Okay, that's Brett Lauderdale from GCW. Okay, that's not
okay. That's why I don't know who it is. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's fine that he's there. I just didn't know who he was.
Okay, so this is how it went. I chose Shawn Michaels and Brett Lauderdale. Anika, HBK. Sammy said I refuse to call that man HBK. Hickenbottom, Khan, and Triple H, Levesque will be my choices. ALW chose Shawn Michaels, and CM, she said Bryan Danielson was the best booker of all time. Okay, of the year, we just killed it booking. It's ironic. He came out in that suit the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, that's him. They look like a booker."
She has a good fight for her guy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you all are gonna have to battle it out twice. Okay.
I heard all the votes. Maybe one. I got about it out. Everybody,
You gonna
everybody
battle it
besides the vote for Shawn Michaels. What we doing?
you gonna have to battle it out because we had a vote and y'all made it worse. So you gonna have to battle it out. For bronze, you're gonna have to battle it out between GCW owner Brett Lauderdale and Tony Khan.
Third place.
I don't even know who old boy is, so I don't even know I have a horse.
You just gonna disrespect Brett Lauderdale like that?
I don't know old boy like that.
He's
What
the
was I
owner
gonna say?
of GCW. He is the owner who brought you Jacob Fatu. He is the man of the hour.
He's a crackhead who brought the crack to the freaking television. That's who he is. Okay, so he should not be winning.
Allegedly, listen, I ain't going to jail with you. Allegedly.
Well, allegedly my foot. We saw some white substance on the floor and someone snorting it on the television. What allegedly is that?
That was not with GCW. That was with another company, and I think that was with MLW.
No, I think that was NWA, wasn't it?
No,
that was
NWA. That was NWA. They had nothing to do with GCW. And GCW, we have people like Grim Reaper. Okay, we don't do that type of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's doors and light tubes. That's GCW.
Jacob Fatu, before signing with WWE, was signed, or well, not signed, but was with GCW because he was tag team with Zilla Fatu. And
yes, he was.
Juicy Finau also came in here and there. Okay.
He was also with MLW for a long time as well.
Yeah, but he left them because he didn't like them. And so we try to erase that type of memory. When they don't like melanated people, we leave and we never come back. That's called freedom.
I mean, hey, listen, this feels a little apples and oranges to me. It's hard to compare somebody that doesn't have, probably thousands of the budget of somebody else to whether their show. I mean, you simply don't have the talent to equal up. But that's not to take away from anything that Brett Lauderdale has been able to do with GCW, which is probably the biggest independent promotion, or at least the most watched and most well-known independent promotion in the United States. So, I mean, he's doing his job, and he gets great wrestlers there when he can. He just doesn't have the ability to do what Tony can do. He doesn't have the resources. So it's a little unfair. I mean, I give Brett Lauderdale a lot of credit and has all the respect in the world. And if he had the toys to play with that Tony Khan has the toys to play with, there probably wouldn't be an argument. He probably is a better booker. But, the reality is he just doesn't have the same kind of toys. So it's not really, it doesn't feel like fair comparison.
I'm going to fight for my man right now. And I'm going to say that he has great storylines. He does have a main event talent come in as the Matt Cardona. He's had MVP, Ricky Starks before he was cut. He's had people with storylines come in and do their job. Storylines that consist. I've been watching Effie fight Mance Warner and Alley Catch and all the rest of them in this storyline of friends turned into hate for the past few months, okay? They've been costing each other championship matches, bashing each other's head into nowhere, talking about folks' mamas, showing up at folks' houses. And so if I know that storyline can last, I know TK can put a storyline like that
together. I mean, like I said, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I don't have anything. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Brett Lauderdale. I just don't think it's hard to compare when you can put guys like Ospreay and Danielson in a match, and whatever matches you're gonna have, the swerve matches, all those, whatever you're gonna. I mean, it feels unfair. So I mean, for me, Tony Khan wins here. That's no disrespect to Brett Lauderdale. I just think it's a little stacked deck, but that's just my personal opinion.
All right.
So everybody chooses TK. That's all right, Brett. I got your back. We down like 4 tires. Okay? Brett, I love you. We got you saved through the pandemic. And with these people, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the silver. They're going to have to battle it out again. I'm really, Lord. Listen. Between Triple H and Brian Danielson. See, CM actually voted this time, and she caught her vote. So we saw that in the vote, there were 2 votes for Brian Danielson, 2 votes for Triple H, leaving the second silver award tied between the 2 men.
here's where I stand on it real quick. I'll just say my piece real quick and get on.
You're
Between
good.
the two, I like Brian Danielson. I'm not a Triple H guy. That being said, I know, I think I know what Triple H has done. I really have zero idea what Danielson actually booked. I mean, when I think of AEW, and this is probably my own stupid reason for thinking this way, when I think of AEW, I think of Tony Khan. And I know he doesn't do it all by himself. I know he's got a lot of people to help him. That being said, I don't know who's doing really what backstage as far as booking the matches. So I don't know what to credit to Danielson. And
I
as a, that is a little hard for me.
I'm gonna make a guess and say Collision. If it happened on
Yeah.
Collision, we're accrediting it to Danielson.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I've watched probably 5 collisions all year, so to make the fair, I mean, I have a hard time making that, assessment. I mean, but I'm happy to have Brian. I mean, if that's what you guys want, I don't care. I like Brian. I'm not a big Triple H fan, so I never liked him as a wrestler. I don't really care for him as a human being, and I'm not a big fan of him just in general.
Dang!
So
What he do to you? Human being.
as far as I'm concerned, he's a Vince disciple. So I know he's not Vince, but he's from the learning tree of Vince. So
The learning tree.
and he's married to the McMahon fucking family. Not only did he decide he wanted to learn from Vince, but he wanted to join the family. And I'm not saying that's a bad. I'm not saying that's stupid. He married a really, really rich woman and set himself up for life. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying you still married into a hornet's nest. So consciously. So.
Now that's so mean because you put something in my mind that I was gonna say that's gonna hurt my friend's heart. Hurt my friend's heart. Hurt my friend as far as like she ain't here. She wasn't my friend, but I'm just saying I love her. China, because technically, if he hadn't married Stephanie, he would have married China. Again, we go back to her history. Marriage does not mean anything because technically you could say he would have married a corn star and an addict.
Look, hey,
Well,
hey.
I don't think she would have been those things if it wasn't for her.
Look. No.
Walking up, Sammy.
I'm knocking this off. I'm knocking this off right now. It's about best booker of the year, not person of the year. Number 1. Number 2, you can't help who you love, who you fall in love with. Sometimes they have crackhead families. Sometimes you gotta say, hey, I'm gonna marry your daughter and take her away from your freaking crackhead family. All right. Number 3, let's focus on the wrestling, okay? Focusing on the wrestling. Triple H has done a great job this year. Focus on the wrestling.
I'm gonna go for CM, even though I love Triple H and that's my man. I'm gonna have CM got to win something. I'm gonna say
no, we're not gonna do this. You tell me, no. So you tell me the best freaking match on Collision. If we gonna do this. Exactly. We're not going to. We is not giving out participation trophies for participation. It's the best booker of the year. Okay, so you give me the best. Best match on Collision.
Can we say he booked his retirement match? That was the greatest match I've seen.
When he almost died. When think about family. Yeah. You know how many matches he had put breathe through because you just can't let it go. I think I ought to let it go. And then you know what? You don't want to just retire. You want to get segregated. You want to freaking cause your children trauma by getting segregated in front of them with a freaking bag over your head.
We got bigger things to worry about. She's trying to help her sister. Okay. Right now we focus on Brian. Okay. Brian booked his retirement.
This is something I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, WWE has always had a history of having people book different stuff. So, I mean, how much is Triple H actually booking? We don't know. How much is Danielson booking? We don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, that's why this is a slightly tough question. I mean, I had the same question with NXT, and I picked Shawn Michaels. But I don't know how much he's truly booking, like on an actual, like sitting down with the piece of paper and doing it. How many people does he have helping him, and who is booking what? And I mean, so I mean, who knows? I don't know.
This discussion online with somebody. If you look at NXT now, they have professional credits roll at the end, and they use Paul Levesque and HBK refused to call himself Hickenbottom. He was
Mhm.
Hickenbottom. He refused to do that. But him, three people, Triple H, HBK, and some lead dude, rolls up the credit right before the show goes off.
Mhm.
They are now fixtured like a Hollywood movie script where they come up that they have been written and produced by. So NXT is not just produced by Shawn Michaels. Triple H does that.
I just keep on going back and forth. Like I hear you guys' arguments, and I'm like easily swayed either way.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is one of those, rookie of the year type things where we haven't probably set the criteria clear enough, nor is it probably a fair question because none of these guys book in a vacuum, right? I mean,
No,
if your
no.
choice was Shawn Michaels, he's getting help, like Dolores just said, from Triple H. So if you're rooting for NXT, I mean, if you're picking Shawn Michaels because of NXT, then in theory you have to include Triple H in that also. So I don't. Okay, I guess it is what it
I'm
is. I
going to between the two of them. One of them booked themselves in a very nice position, and that would be Brian Danielson. He booked his run in a very nice position, right? Triple H, time and time again, when it was fire and there was controversy, he stepped out there looking like a goofball, and I hated it. I
The
hated it.
only controversy was the freaking after show. That was not the matches. Booker of the year is the y'all are about to piss me off. And where's my niece? Y'all about to piss me off.
Did he not
Trying to
book?
make this more complicated than
Did he
it
not
is.
book himself to come out there after Vince had that trouble at the beginning of the year and come out there and be like, I want
No
to thank
one
you
says
for
book
opening my
yourself and answer questions. It's about matches and storylines. So what story? So let's pontificate here. No. I am real easy for everybody. Real easy for everybody. So let's pontificate. Let's speculate that Danielson did Collision. Let's say maybe not. He did Collision. Let's pontificate that Triple H did Raw. I ain't gonna put it in SmackDown. We're gonna just straight up Raw. So you telling me
Raw sucked.
Collision is a better show than Raw?
I mean, I think so.
Oh, wow. Okay. What matches on Collision were better than Raw?
You want me to go through the list, then, Nico?
Yeah. And don't Google it. I can see. I can feel your fingers tapping on freaking Wikipedia
That's why I
right
want
now.
to be accurate when I tell you this, nigga. I don't
No.
CM says, Anika, what is the storyline in
No.
WWE besides the Bloodline?
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Say
That's what
it again.
CM wants to know. CM wants to know what is the storyline in WWE except the Bloodline.
Judgment. Oh my. Okay. All right. I wish she was here because this would be way funner. Judgment Day, FYI, that breakup on SummerSlam broke my heart. Freaking yes, and you can say what you want about Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio turned on Rhea Ripley was really emotional for me, and I hated that. He's the one. And you know what, Dolores? I am real mad at you because he's the one who gave your boy the freaking title. He was hesitant. Oh, I don't want Ross to be the main event. I want Cody to be the main event. So how about we want Cody chance and call them the Cody Crybabies and then be the best freaking WrestleMania match ever.
I got a question. If he's the best booker, what has he done since Cody won? Did he book Cody correctly? No,
yes, he did. Yes, he did. Cody versus AJ, fire. Cody versus KO, fire. Cody versus even Logan Paul's crazy behind, fire. Cody versus what? AJ Styles again,
Cody
fire. Cody versus
fire.
The bloodline. I don't know how many times because we don't have a freaking main top person. Fire.
The man booked the YS6. The man also booked
that was fire. For the YS6. That is not Bray Wyatt. He has done a great job. They have not fallen off yet.
The Street Profits, he booked them. DIY, he booked them. Damage Control. He booked them all. I love WWE, but that was crap. That was crap.
DIY has the title.
And also, if you want to be technical, he wasn't controlling nothing up until recently because Vince had a hold of him like a little baby. So then,
since the beginning of this year and the end of this year. When was the merger of freaking stupid TKO was when?
Anika, do you remember that Vince resigned and then came back?
But he did not book anything because TKO was smart enough to. TKO said we don't want you booking nothing.
You mean the same TKO that did interviews with him saying that he was a great person and they wish he could come back?
And then oust him. Who ousted him? TKO. They oust him.
Anika, the man just did a bad job. It's okay to say he did a bad job.
Well, he did not. But yet, all this pontification, y'all have still not told me the best collision match ever.
Here, right here. CM says Okada versus Fletcher from Collision.
Oh, that's not even in my top 3.
So Sammy says he'll give you his top 3.
CM, I want that match
top
with
3. Okada versus Guevara.
No.
Hangman.
Okay, Sammy, did you just say Okada versus Guevara?
Yeah.
You just said Okada versus Guevara. Okay.
I think that was a top 3 collision match of the year.
No, it's not. Okay.
I'd also go Hangman Page versus Jeff Jarrett in the Lumberjack strap match.
Okada versus Super Guevara. Okay.
Listen. None of us like Sammy Guevara, but we can all agree that he is good in ring.
Okay, I got a question. Right? Anika, did you enjoy Monday Night Raw this week, last week, week before?
I did.
So when you get on Saturday, you should vote at number 1, right?
No,
I did, but what we not gonna do is last week with a circle when freaking stupid Sammy said, "Oh, the women's match gets a thing," even though freaking AEW hasn't done nothing for their freaking women's people in the past. I don't know, half freaking last month.
Yeah, and it's not really fair because we don't review Collision. Collision is in part, it's Dynamite, so which is their A show, so it's not really fair to.
Brian books his own matches. He books his own matches.
The other match I'd have in my top 3 is Dralistico versus the Beast Mortos and Hologram. That triple threat match with the 3 luchadors, that match was killer. That might be my number 1.
Sure. You know what? I'll bow out. If in your hearts y'all are good with freaking Collision being better than Raw, I didn't even put in SmackDown being better than Raw, then have at it. Go ahead. Danielson wins. You can have that.
You've got to find some consolation in the number 1, which is your boy.
No, in your heart, Booker of the Year, no bias. Then fine. Danielson wins.
We know Shawn Michaels Booker of the Year. I think that's fake. I think for me personally, given all the things considered, developmental show, all the people in and out, all the ups and downs, the fact that NXT holds its own ever is amazing, let alone is our favorite show ever, let alone is as entertaining as it is and does as well as it does. So
it's so night and day from when Vince had taken it away from Triple H. Like, it became such a dog shit show. Like, it was one of the worst wrestling shows on TV. And Hickenbottom comes in and he turns this ship around, and like that's the keynote there. Is that a year ago this show was shit.
Listen, Triple H, not Triple H, because I was just arguing about him. HBK he somehow has tapped into the hood specialties, and he has brought it to the top. I swear he has a thing with melanation that he can work with anybody melanated and make them a star. I swear he can. Because look, Oba Femi come out like a black exploitation pimping down to the ring. Then you had Sexy Red coming out there. We as a collective, what in the world did you think it wouldn't have never happened under Vince. And I don't even think Triple H would have did it. I could scream, whoop that trick, get him, whoop that trick. Listen.
That's the biggest change to NXT, is that like NXT used to be like heavy metal, and now NXT is hip hop, and I dig the crap out of it.
was whipping it
Funny
up
to
in
think
the
that Shawn
kitchen.
Michaels made that change.
That man was whipping up in the kitchen and he was singing "Sexy Boy" with Sexy
Sitting there with his cowboy hat on. I
Yeah,
love it, dude. It's great, dude.
listen, he been out here doing skits, laughing and joking, having a good time. This man is having the time of his life. Listen, now I, as a Christian, I know sometimes we can be strict. Sometimes we can be very strict. And he has let that strictness go, okay? He has fun. If you see him behind the scenes, he hugs them, he gives them high five. When they give him like the little slang, he be like, "What you say?" "I don't know, but I'm gonna find out." That's the type of person you need in your life. Triple H, you be like, "What's up, dog?" He be like, "Dog, okay." Yeah.
Another thing is what ALW brought up for the bronze. Like Higginbottom doesn't have all the tools that the other dudes have to work with, and he still delivers like crazy, especially when we get to the takeovers.
What's his name? Lord Tenzai back in the day. What's his name? He used to be like Lord Tenzai.
Albert?
Is that his
Isn't
name?
that wasn't that
Albert?
Albert A Train? Lord
Yes,
Prince Albert in a can.
Yeah, it's just him and Albert out there just hanging out trying to get it together on NXT, and they seem to be doing a good job. They gave me Carmelo.
CM says NXT is hip hop because of dollars. Yeah.
Listen, Sean been out here acting hoodish before he was in charge. He was out here acting hood certified long before that. I know deep in my heart, allegedly, I feel like Sean had said a word that shouldn't be said.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No.
No, nigga, he done said it.
No, we're not gonna put that on the baby. No, he did not. No, not even a little bit. No.
Back in the day, he rapped a good song and he slipped it out one good time.
No, he did not. No, he did not. No, he did not. Let's not do this to my baby.
Who said he was singing a song and sneaked it out one good
No,
time?
he did not.
Anika.
No, Anika, nothing. We are not going to put these fabrications on my baby. On a freaking company. We already know who people are
cannot with you on that. That's hysterical.
He know he had a moment one time.
No, he did not. We're not putting that on my baby.
Yes, it is. NWA, I bet you it was. Because back in the day, they used to play loose and foul with the words that they said, and he got close. It just slipped off the edge one good time and caught himself back. Yep.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
TM says he's one of those in the dark. Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes. That's why he's free.
In the daylight?
No. He holding money. He what's up, shouty? He all of that during the day. And at night he might say, fuck them.
No, he did not.
I would like to respectfully ask everyone watching to go back and rewatch Revolution from this year. Like, that was my first place. That pay-per-view was amazing. The entire card was spectacular. Banger after banger.
You're stumping for your picks.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week.
It's been eating me up just thinking that wasn't even in our top three. It's like y'all kidding me. Y'all kidding me.
It's like 40 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago.
It's been eating me up. It's been eating me up for 40 minutes. I had to say it.
Sammy, I'm going to throw you up on the big screen. I'm going to fight for my good sis. Now, you complain about your pick not being number one when CM didn't even get a pick on the board. That is messed up, okay? That's messed up. CM didn't even give a pick at all. Nobody picked nothing of ours in that category. That is messed up, okay?
CM should have had Revolution on her list.
No.
CM says he's as crooked as his eye. Come on now.
Crooked letter.
It's laughing your anger. I just say it.
We got to move it on. Just move it on.
He was it Playgirl, Playboy, something? He was in his listening, nigga. You know it was
I do it to tell. I do it to tell it all.
He found the Lord now. I bet you he did. He bet you he did. They all find the Lord after something happened.
I'm not doing this, y'all. Move it on.
Nigga, you just gotta admit, all her counterparts that got in trouble for saying something wrong. Okay, all of them got in trouble.
All right. Let's do
All
some
of them
house
said something
cleaning
wrong.
and get out of here.
Ned
We held
said
these
something
people
about
hostage long enough.
ALW and his people. Everybody done said something wrong one time. One time. One time. One time.
All right. That was our Horsey Awards. And I think everyone who's supposed to win won.
Boy, sexy
I would do a
boy.
thank you for joining the Cookout of the Workhorse Wrestling Network. I will close it. Someone close this out. Unless there's someone else to pontificate about.
We're gonna close this out. Prayers for the honorary CM because it gets worse next week. CM, we hope to see you next week for the finale of the it's gonna be the Golden Horsey Award, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in. If you haven't seen the first night, it was great. This one even funnier. Also, CM out there fighting for her life while Sammy is fussing about one pig he didn't get in the top three. The whole list was just flushed down the toilet. That's messed up.
Sting's retirement emotionally affected me, and I'm not letting it go.
That's one match. What else was on the
The
card?
worst match on the card was Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia.
Well, wait a minute. Let me go back. Something affected CM better enough when she said all out, all in, full gear. She did. No, she did. She said Revolution.
She said Revolution?
No, she did. She said all out, all in, full gear. Listen, she chose back to back to back. Something hurt her that bad, okay? And she didn't get one, not a full gear, not an all in or out. She didn't get nothing.
She chose the wrong AEW. Let's call it spade a spade. You chose the wrong AEW was. You would have said Dynasty. It would have been unanimous.
Listen, she was out here fighting for her life. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Man.
I pray for you, CM. I hope next week, which is not gonna happen because I've seen it. I hope next week go better for you. Okay, I really do. I think one might get to the top. One ain't gonna get to the top, but it gonna get to the top. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we gonna go out on this thing because a nigga about to have a breakdown. Sammy about to cry. ALW is laughing, but oh wait a minute, is that somebody? Nah, what? I was about to say somebody coming in the building. Hallelujah.
I'm gonna kick your behind. I'll see you. Either get on the freaking stream or hush. I'm gonna punch you in the most. I'm emotionally punch you in the face. I'm so serious.
She said, I forgot Revolution. I knew the matches. I couldn't remember the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Another one was Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson about the shaking the hand at a show of respect. That was that pay-per-view too.
You know what? I just want to make they should do that as a video for AEW is where you put all the wanted posters where you can't find the people that you've been looking for and they just go around looking for. Have you seen Eddie Kingston? Have you seen Scorpio Sky? Where is Richard?
Eddie hurt. Eddie Kingston hurt. That's why he's not here.
Anika, Scorpio Sky was wrestling in GCW and Ricky Stark's spirit.
I didn't say Scorpio Sky. I said Eddie Kingston's hurt. I don't know.
Eddie, but now we don't know because we thought some other people were hurting they were. So we don't ever know. We don't know.
Eddie Kingston's hurt. Scorpio Sky, your cousin's the wrong cousin. That's why you went to Scorpio no more.
As the podcast heel around here, I might as well just say it. Kofi and Xavier, they were right. They were
not right.
Yes, they were. You broke your neck, so what? So
what? That's a wild statement. You broke your neck, so what?
You broke your neck, so what?
That's my line of the year. Next time somebody hurt themselves, so what? Broke your big toe, so what? So what? That's gonna be my line. You failed, so what? That's what I'm gonna do from now on. Is so what? I'm gonna say because when I fail, you didn't give me no sympathy. So what?
Yeah.
I mean, if you on the ski slope, you never know what's gonna happen. He coming out.
I agree.
He twisted
No,
and
I'm with you. I'm with you, Dolores. I'm with Xavier and Kofi on this. It's Big E's fault.
listen.
He
Yeah,
could have come anytime. He could have come
agreed.
anytime. He could have come with a neck brace. He could have come in a wheelchair. Come whatever, but you could have come.
You broke your neck. You didn't break your legs.
Wow.
Exactly.
And then for the people out there who hollering, it's beneath him to just be a manager. Is it beneath him to sit at the desk on the pre-show and talk about shows that he ain't even a part of? He could have
It's
just
not in front of the ring.
don't get me
That
give
Bing
me a Joe
is the ring.
territory. I don't want Joe
Bing,
territory. Give me Big E. How about that?
Bing by the ring is too emotional. What part of y'all don't understand?
Also, holding your girlfriend as a wheelbarrow wasn't too emotional when you did that either for Christmas.
You know what? We're not gonna do. We're not gonna yuck nobody's yum. That's what we're not gonna do. Okay? We're not gonna
You
yuck
know your
nobody's yum.
girlfriend.
Okay?
I was on the boat having a good time, making out. That wasn't a problem either. They didn't hurt. They hurt
Evidently,
you.
you don't need no neck. You don't need no neck to do that. Do that
Listen,
stuff. That's what that means.
fresh after your neck was broke, walking on the
All
side of the
right.
highway with
Let's
that
cut the
pimp
lights.
shorts
Uh,
and set. Nobody said nothing about that when you
oh,
was talking to the camera. Did nobody ask you that did?
Like, forgive him for thinking two grown men could do this by themselves. Forgive him. Oh, y'all are still children. Okay, that's what this is. All right, fine.
Sammy,
uh,
not Sammy.
I,
See, I feel the same way sometimes. Like sometimes you want to, boom, just explode. Somebody just, ooh, crackle. That's what you want to see. But you can't do that all the time, ladies and gentlemen. You can't fight everybody. Listen,
uh,
I
uh,
can, and you'll leave with a busted lip and a loose tooth. But that's it. That's how you gonna leave with. Just
another
like,
thing that needs to be shouted out, though, was Samoa Joe's title reign. Like that
God.
triple threat match at Revolution between him, Swerve, and Hangman. Like, I feel like after we get done with this, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch
I'm gonna
Revolution.
make a graphic of everybody who's been injured this year at AEW.
Well, Samoa Joe's not injured. He's filming for season 2
No,
of.
I'm talking about everybody who's been injured from MJF to Adam Cole to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Going on our merchandise. Come for the wrestling, stay for the chaos.
I got merch. Y'all just scared to pull the trigger. I'm listening. Bow. I would throw that thing on out there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on all. Listen, I'm going to do the Horsey Awards all at one time. Okay, I'm not going to keep doing it week after week. So next week after the podcast, you will get all 3 episodes dropped at one time on Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Audio, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio. Ladies and gentlemen, we are everywhere. I got to update this because we have Blue Sky. So, ladies and gentlemen, we on Facebook, Twitch. We still on X. You talking to us, but we ain't there. We'll come check on you every blue moon. Discord, Threads, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you come and check us out. Ladies and gentlemen, every Tuesday, 10:30 p.m., it's the Cookout. Ladies and gentlemen, where we play fire games and talk hot topics. Ladies and gentlemen, also on Fridays. I don't know about this Friday, ladies and gentlemen, because nobody answered me in the chat.
What?
In the Nika.
What?
But normally we do shows along with these when there's a pay-per-view. There's a pay-per-view on Friday. I don't know if they're gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. But Friday Night Fight, SmackDown and Rampage starting at 8 p.m. You get to see Sammy and Anika come together. We'll update it if they're going to do the pay per view. So we'll let you know.
What pay-per-view?
TNA. Got the name. TNA something.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know.
Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Saturday morning is 10 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Yes.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You get the winner circle with Anika, Sammy, and ALW talking Raw, NXT, and Dynamite. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Will Raw make it to the top of the top this week? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night is all right. AEW Collision Watch Along. I did get 2 votes out of this. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. If you ask me in some social media, I don't know. if they're gonna be doing Saturday night main event. If they are, look at the graphic, you'll know. Okay? That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies
We'll
and
be
gentlemen,
here watching some sort of wrestling. Let's just put it that way.
listen, you'll have ALW, maybe CM, maybe somebody else. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Into the Square Circle. It comes on a Sunday. Make sure you're looking out for the notification. Ask me, I don't know. Okay? I know that they do good fighting games, wrestling games, every game on there. I like to watch it. You should too. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the QR code that is mentioned below, well, to the side of them. Right here. Support the channel on all social media. That's our link tree. Make sure you come in and do that.
All that good stuff. Yeah.
CM said I get a bigger cut.
Oh my god.
She said TNA Revolution. I don't forgot the name of it, and I actually did a graphic for it. It tells you how long my brain goes for shows coming up.
Oh man.
It is TNA Final Resolution.
Final resolution.
Yes.
Final resolution.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, come for night 3 on Tuesday. Afterwards, we'll drop all the episodes on social media so you can enjoy it from beginning to end. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go. See, I'm still. See, you leave me with these children. This is what you do to me. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go. And until then, we want to say it's getting hot in here and we got to go. So let's cut out the lights. It's good. I say this all the time, nigga. Every time you shot by it. Cut out the lights and we have to go. And until then, peace.
Bye.